Okay, so this could be part one to what if Shinra was a fire dragon slayer? So let's get into it.
Up and coming, ain't nothing, yeah, rookie of the year, I'ma keep it 100, cold-blooded, no budget, from nothing to something, I ain't bluffing, I got a full hand, and a full plan, I ain't gonna stop till I'm at the top, man, every single drop got me feeling awesome, I'm about to pop, started from the bottom, yeah, I wanna live, I'm cold inside, give all I have just to feel alive. I fight to live, I fight to strive. One day I'll have what I want in life.
So our story begins with Shinra. He's about 5 years old, and he's just sleeping. And then he would wake up to his mom screaming in the living room. So he would get up, open his door, and run towards the living room. And once he gets there, he sees nothing but fire surrounding the living room, and his mom as well. And Shinra's like screaming, like, "Mom, where are you?" And Shinra's mom would say, like, "Don't look, like, run away, Shinra." And fire would surround Shinra, and then the Infernal would appear in front of Shinra, like in canon. And Shinra's just there crying. And I'm gonna just say that Shinra does not have the devil's footprint, just because I don't think he really needs it. So he doesn't like have his Adola burst. So like the Infernal would like try to attack Shinra, but Shinra would be able to like dodge a few of the attacks, but Shinra would get like bruises and like cuts around his body. And I would say that he would get cut like in his eye, not his eye, like below his eye. So he has so he's bleeding out. And then this is when the company, like the fire force, would like show up and like take care of the fire. And Shinra would be like rushed to the hospital. So like he would get cured. And Shinra would he would still have his smile, like his like he'll still like grin like he does in canon. So like people would get freaked out, like, or they wouldn't like they would still get freaked out, but they won't get freaked out as much because Shinra does not have an Adola burst. So like they wouldn't be freaked out as much as in canon, but they will still be freaked out by like his smile. And they like some people actually think that he caused it, cause he like grins a lot and all that. So like after Shinra was cured, or like all patched up, he was sent to an orphanage, and this orphanage was not the best orphanage. The staff there, like they weren't caring to like the kids there. Like the kids would get like rarely fed and all that. It was run down. It was a rundown place. And Shinra had to deal with it for a couple of months until he got kicked out. This like all the staff just like went to his room in like the middle of the night, woke him up, and they put him in like a sack, I guess. No, in a big trash bag, and Shinra would be like freaking out, trying to like rip out of it, but the staff would just would carry Shinra all the way to, I'm gonna say there was like a lake, no, a river, river. No, like they would like go to a bridge, and like they would like be at a river, and then they would throw Shinra off the bridge into the river. And Shinra's falling, and it's a high bridge. I'm gonna say it's like 50 feet above the ground. Yeah, 50 feet. So Shinra is like falling, and then he lands in the water. And Shinra does not know what to do. He eventually, he would rip like a small hole, but then he would realize that water would start coming in, and then he would realize that he would drown if the bag will fill up with water and all that. So Shinra would make a even bigger hole to get out, even though like so Shinra would make a even bigger hole. Even more water would start rushing in, but then it would the hole would be big enough so Shinra would be able to like escape. And Shinra is getting like washed away by the river, and I would say it was like a ravine, no a waterfall. There we go. Yeah, there was like a waterfall up ahead, and Shinra saw the waterfall, and he wanted to like get out of the water, but he couldn't. So he started falling, and he would land in the water. And I would say that knocked him out, just because. And then as he would get washed up on like the shore, but as he's slowly losing consciousness, he would see something something big flying in the sky, and he would say what is that? And then he would he would pass out. Then he would wake up the next day in a cave, and Shinra would say where am I? And he would take a step back, and then he would feel something behind him. He would go to touch it, and then he would turn around to see a dragon. And Shinra would scream, and the dragon would wake up, and he would say Jesus, kid, why did you wake me up? I'm tired. And Shinra would say what a dragon, what are you doing here? And the dragon said what am I doing here? I live here, kid. And Shinra would say you can talk. And the dragon would say yeah, I can talk. And Shinra would say but where are we? The dragon would say I said, I live here, so you're in my home. And Shinra would say oh, what happened last night? And Igneo, well, I'll just say yeah, it's Igneo. So Igneo would say that he was flying over. He was just flying, and then he saw him fall through he would I can't talk today. So basically he would say that he saw Shinra fall off the waterfall, and then he saw that he got washed up on shore, and that's when he decided to help him. So Shinra would thank Igneo, and Shinra would ask what's his name, and he would say Igneo. And Shinra would say Igneo, that's a cool name. And Igneo would say thanks, what's your name, kid? And he would say Shinra. And he would say Shinra, well, you're almost healed up. Just wait 2 hours, and then you'll be on your way back to your house where you're with your mom. And then Shinra would look down and start crying, and Igneo would say what's wrong, kid? And Shinra would say my mom died. She got killed by a monster, along with my brother. And Igneo would say monster. And then I would just say that Igneo knows about the infernals. Yeah. So and then Igneo would realize that he's talking about the infernals, and he would say oh, you mean the infernals? And Shinra would say that's what they're called. And Igneo would say yeah, that's what they're called. And he would say do you have an adolo burst? And Shinra would say no, I don't. And he would say I want to avenge my mom. I want to become a hero so I can save everyone. And Igneo would look at Shinra, and he would give off a grin. And he would say like, huh, a hero. How can you become a hero if you have no like a Dola burst? And Shinra would say like, I know, it's stupid. And Igneo would say like, how about this? I'll train you so you can use fire magic. And Shinra would say, fire magic? What's that? It's it's fire magic, kid. To be more specific, fire dragon slaying magic. And Shinra would say like, fire dragon slaying magic? What's that? And Igneo would say that it was magic made to be able to kill dragons. And Shinra would say like, whoa, that's cool. And he would say like, wait, so you can teach me dragon slaying magic? And Igneo would say, yes, I can. And then Shinra would ask, like, how do you know if like fire slaying magic if you're a dragon? And Igneo would say like, don't ask questions, kid. So you want to train or not? So Shinra would say, yes, I want to. So Igneo would say like, okay, we'll we'll start in a few hours, so you have more time to heal up. Shinra would say, okay. So a few hours would pass by, then they would start training, and Igneo would just have like Shinra do like normal training, like push-ups, sit-ups, and all that, and he would also make Shinra run. And then after like a week of doing that, then Igneo would start teaching Shinra like the spells and of dragon slaying magic. And like of course like Shinra wouldn't get like he would have to practice so he would be able to like actually use fire. But like he would practice like the spells and all that. Eventually he would get like a few flares here and there. And Igneo would say like, huh, you're improving. Don't stop, continue your training. And Shinra would say like, okay, Igneo. So Shinra, sorry. So Shinra would continue his training, and I'm gonna say that this would continue for Shinra is 18, right? Yeah, he's 18. So I made him 5, so 13 years later. Yeah, 13 years. So Shinra has been knows how to use fire dragon slaying magic for like a long time. I want to say like he trained for like 4 years, not 4 years. Yeah, I'm gonna say 2 years he trained, and then he would be able to. Then he like was able to use fire and all that. So after like yeah, so I can't think right now, but like Shinra has learned like he's able to use fire dragon slaying magic for a while now. So he would have like sparring matches with Igneo. Igneo like wouldn't really attack Shinra because he would only attack him with like small like bursts of like fire, like nothing too severe, so it wouldn't burn like Shinra severely. But he would still like they would still have like fighting matches, and Shinra would be going all out, and in some cases Igneo would actually feel like the heat of his fire and like some pain. So yeah, Igneo would say like, you've gone far, Shinra, like you've gone like since day one, like you weren't like this since day one. And Shinra would say like, yeah, I know, like it's all thanks to you that I got this strong. And Igneo would say like, don't mention it, kid. And then Igneo would say like, so you still want to be a hero? Shinra would say, yeah, I do. I want to join the fire force. And Igneo would say like, huh, the fire force, I think you can get in, like with all the power you have. And I'm gonna just name off the magic spells he has. So like they're like the same as Natsu's, like Fire Dragon Roar, like Fire Dragon Wing Attack, Sword Horn, um, and he would be able to shoot fire from his like feet, like like in canon, but he wouldn't like burn off his shoes. So, yeah, and he's also like extremely strong. He's like superhuman, like past superhuman. Like he can jump like really far, and he has like the same sense of like smell. And, like he has like his senses are extremely strong, like Natsu's. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna just say that Shinra does get motion sickness, but not as like bad as like Natsu. Like he still gets it, but not as bad. So, Igneo to like, um, and I'm gonna say that Igneo has a human form, so he would be able to like go out in the cities and all that to like buy food for Shinra instead of hunting. Like they did hunting, but like they started like switching to actually buying food and all that. And Igneo to like earlier today, like I saw like when I went into this like to town, I saw like a flyer for to so you like to apply for the fire force. And Shinra to like, really, like where's the flyer? And um Igneo would say like, it's in Tokyo, like on this like specific building that I don't know. And Shinra would say like, okay, Igneo, thank you. And then Shinra would run off, and Igneo would say like, he grown so fast. And so Igneo like Shinra would start running through the forest, and I'm gonna say like Shinra, he has actually clothes on. He has actual clothes on. Like, but they're not the best, but they're like decent clothes, I guess. So Shinra's like running through the forest, and then he eventually would get to Tokyo, and he would get he would see the flyer, and he would like pick it up, and he would say like it would say like, go to like the fire force headquarters or whatever. And Shinra would say like, okay, like, oh, so it's like the headquarters is over there on the other side of Tokyo. So I had to take the bus, not the bus, the train. I had to go to the train station. Sorry. Anyways, so Shinra would make his way to the train station, and he would see like a big explosion in in the train, and he would like, I'm gonna say like he knows what an inferno smells like. So like he would like be able, like he smelt the inferno, and he would tell everyone to get back, that there's an inferno here, and everyone would be like freaking out and like saying like, really, where? And Shinra would say like, in the train, like, everyone get back. And Shinra would cover his fists in fire, and then the inferno would come out. Then Company 8 would show up. I'm gonna say like, this inferno is a lot stronger than it was in canon. I'm gonna say it was like a little bit bigger too. So Company 8 is having a harder time to like take it out, but Shinra would step in and like be able, like he would say like, Fire Dragon, like Iron Fist. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he knows like the Fire Dragon Iron Fist. And he would punch the Inferno, sending the Inferno flying back. The Inferno would get back up and charge at Shinra. Shinra would charge at the Inferno, and they would like collide in the middle. And Shinra is fighting. He's like really acrobatic. And Company 8 is like just watching in like shock that someone is this skilled, and they're not part of like the fire force. So Shinra is like fighting the Inferno. Then I'm gonna say the Inferno would shoot like fire from like its mouth, but like Shinra would just eat it up, and everyone would just watch in like shock at like, as like Shinra is eating the fire. And the captain of Company 8 would say what is this? And like he can eat fire and then be able to use fire? Like he must be like a second generation fire user or whatever they're called. No, they're pyrokinetic. Yeah. No, never mind. So Shinra would then like do the finishing blow. Like he would jump towards the inferno, and Sister Lily would still be praying, because I'm gonna say that the captain told Lily to pray. And so Shinra would do the final blow. He would aim for the core, and then the inferno would like explode. And then everyone would start cheering for Shinra. Shinra would say like, "Oh, it was nothing," and all that. And the captain, or like Company 8 would like walk up towards Shinra, and they would like congratulate Shinra, but they would somewhat like scold Shinra. So Shinra would say like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, but you guys were having trouble, so I figured that I had to step in." And the captain would say like, "Yeah, like thank you for that. Like, by the way, like are you in the fire force?" And Shinra would say like, "No, I'm not. Like, but I want to. I have this flyer here, and it told me to like go to like this like the fire force headquarters." And the captain would say like, "Huh, you're going there, huh? So like you have to register there." And Shinra would say like, "I know." So I'm gonna end it off here. So I hope you guys like this part. Subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.